Here's your daily Premier League roundup and transfer window update with me, Harry Scarfe, football content creator, YouTuber and football writer. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you, Chris Callan, for this opportunity. Like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, if you're unfamiliar with how these videos work. First part of the video is your Premier League news and transfer window headlines in the last 24 hours, and the second part of the video is dissecting them as we pick out just the key ones and dissect them and give my opinion. So let's go through your headlines firstly in the last 24 hours. Alexander Isak firstly has arrived at Newcastle's training ground after missing the club's pre-season tour of Asia. Sky Sports News report that Everton have had a second offer for Tyler Dibden rejected by Southampton. Next, Sky Sports News report that Chelsea are aiming to sign Xavi Simons and Alejandro Garnacho before the window closes. They're in talks to sign the two forwards and discussions have been ongoing for some time. Sky Sports News report that Manchester United are expected to make a formal offer to German club RB Leipzig for striker Benjamin Sesko. United have been in talks with Leipzig over what they would be prepared to pay. Next, Sky Sports News report that Everton agree a deal to sign midfielder Kieran Dewsbury-Hall from Chelsea for an initial £25 million plus add-ons that could increase somewhere in the region of £29 million. Sunderland boss has signed a new long-term contract. David Ornstein reports that Burnley have reached an agreement with Chelsea to sign Ugo Chara. The 21-year-old is set to travel for his medical and complete his permanent move from Chelsea to Burnley on a 5-year contract. Next, David Ornstein reports that Everton make an improved offer for Southampton player Tyler Dibden. Latest ever proposal is worth a package in the region of €40 million, including add-ons. Southampton are expected to reject and they want a higher fee for their 19-year-old winger. The English youth international is very keen on a return to the Premier League. Next, David Ornstein reports that Manchester City reached an agreement in principle with defender Ruben Dias to sign a new contract with Manchester City. The 28-year-old centre-back's existing terms are scheduled to expire in June 2027 currently, with a fresh deal securing a long-term future for the Portuguese international as a Manchester City player. David Ornstein reports that Stuttgart are pursuing a deal to sign midfielder Fabio Vieira from Arsenal. The 25-year-old attacking midfielder spent last season on loan at Porto, and the Stuttgart approach relates to a permanent move. No agreement yet, but talks with Arsenal continue for the Portuguese star. David Ornstein reports that Botafogo reached an agreement with Bournemouth to sign their goalkeeper Neto. No transfer fee, but significant salary saving as the 36-year-old goalkeeper is actually among Bournemouth's top earners. The Brazilian joins Botafogo on a 2-year deal with an option for an extra 6 months, and he's going to fly to Rio for his medical. David Ornstein reports that Newcastle United will make an improved bid to Leipzig for Benjamin Sesko. The new offer is worth at least €80 million after positive talks between clubs and 22-year-old striker. Nothing agreed, but Leipzig currently favour Newcastle's proposal as Man United have made no proposal yet on the table. Fabrizio Romano says that Gonzalo Guedes will leave Wolves and he's going to join Real Sociedad. The deal is in place. €4 million initial fee plus €2 million add-ons. Next, Fabrizio Romano on Chelsea reports that Christopher Nkunku is still planning to leave Chelsea this summer with talks ongoing. Nicholas Jackson could also leave before the end of the window in case there's an important and good proposal that comes in. Follows Chelsea's exit plans with Guhi and Broja done and João Felix, which is the official one. Tyreek George and Sterling are seen as next. Fabrizio Romano reports that Victor Johansson can leave Championship side Stoke City in the next days or weeks. Movements around the goalkeeper with Premier League clubs very keen on signing him. One of those Premier League clubs are West Ham, who have considered a move, but they're now in advanced talks with Botafogo's John, as exclusively revealed. It's official, 17-year-old talented striker Will Wright signs a 3-year deal at Liverpool. Fabrizio Romano reports that Liverpool have won competition from several top clubs for Wright, and he's considered a big talent. Fabrizio Romano reports that Borussia Dortmund have reactivated talks with Chelsea for Chukwuemeka, and negotiations ongoing between the clubs to find a solution as Carney Chukwuemeka wants to move. Chelsea insist on a permanent transfer only. Fabrizio Romano reports that Kieran Dewsbury-Hall to Everton. Here we go. Permanent deal agreed with Chelsea and on the player's side. The fee is worth £25 million fixed, plus add-ons up to about £29 million total package. Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, Ugo Chara and Chukwuemeka are all leaving Chelsea on permanent deals. Next, Fabrizio Romano reports that Ugo Chara has been authorised for his medical at Burnley after permanent deal agreed with Chelsea. Both Emmanuel Broja and Ugo Chara are going to sign on a permanent deal. Contracts to be signed and sealed this week for Burnley. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano reports that negotiations between Borussia Dortmund and Chelsea for Carney Chukwuemeka over a permanent move only. Carney wants Borussia Dortmund and Chelsea being clear since July. Permanent deal only, no chance of a loan. Next, Darwin Núñez scores for Liverpool. He showed his professionalism in pre-season until the very end. Fabrizio Romano reports that meanwhile, Al Hilal in talks with his camp over personal terms to anticipate European clubs' interest. Fabrizio Romano reports that Chelsea always had the exits as priority before getting Xavi Simons' deal done, while talks with RB Leipzig remain advanced. Broja, João Felix, Ugo Chara, Dewsbury-Hall and Guhi on loan. More to follow soon as direction is very clear on outgoing. Xavi has made clear to Leipzig he wants Chelsea. Fabrizio Romano reports that Nottingham Forest have agreed a deal to sign 29-year-old goalkeeper Angus Gunn. The former Norwich City goalkeeper joins Nottingham Forest with immediate effect. Fabrizio Romano reports that Hoffenheim agreed a deal to sign former West Ham defender Vladimir Kufau. He's already in Germany for his medical test and contract signing a very quick deal. Fabrizio Romano reports that Newcastle have now sent an official bid to RB Leipzig for Benjamin Sesko, which is a new one that's worth €90 million package. €80 million plus €10 million add-ons on the table from the Geordies. No decision yet made from the player. Manchester United have confirmed again to RB Leipzig that they will only bid if Sesko picks them. Fabrizio Romano reports that Kieran Dewsbury-Hall will undergo his medical later at Everton on Tuesday. £25 million plus £4 million to a Chelsea exclusive story confirmed. Fabrizio Romano reports that West Ham are advancing to key stages of the John deal with Botafogo after an official bid exclusively revealed. John wants the move and clubs are now discussing the fee and deal structure. Sky Sports News report that Newcastle goalkeeper Martin Dubravka has emerged as a primary target for Burnley to replace James Trafford, who's since joined Manchester City. Talks of Newcastle are understood to be progressing over a permanent deal. Sky Sports News report that AC Milan have made an initial approach to Liverpool for Darwin Núñez. Milan are trying to sign him and contact has now been made between the clubs. And last but not least, Foot Mercato report that Jeremy Jackett has rejected Arsenal. The Rennes defender has been called the next William Saliba, but has turned down the chance to move to England and the Premier League. That is your daily Premier League news headlines in the last 24 hours. An awful lot to go through, so let's just pick out the main ones. So Isaac, that's just literally reporting someone turning up for work, isn't it really? No big surprises there. Doesn't strike me as a character to throw his toys out the pram. Maybe it'll be seen from other strikers in this window, such as Johan Wissa from Brentford. Interesting, Everton continuing to have bids rejected by Southampton for Tyler Diblin. They have a right Southampton, I think, to hold out a lot for him. However, if we're talking like 40-50 million, that's a lot for a championship player. But Diblin is a very good player. No surprise, it's scary though that Chelsea don't just want Xavi Simons or Alejandro Garnacho, they want them both, but it's outgoings now that matters for Chelsea and they're slowly getting it done. That's how they can spend, in my opinion, all this money. The Benjamin Sesko situation is going backs and forwards. United now seem as outsiders, Newcastle really leading the way. If he chooses Manchester United, things can take a dramatic turn. Big one to watch because, as we said there, we're talking about fees of €80-90 million. It's a big player. Kieran Dewsbury-Hall didn't come into Everton. Maybe quite a neat signing. Weird signing from Chelsea, didn't really work out, but again they make a profit yet again on a player. Sunderland committing their manager to a long-term contract. So it doesn't go downhill for them next season. Yeah, that proposal for Tyler Diblin, that's a lot, £40 million, including add-ons though. I wonder how much they want, 50, 60 million maybe. Ruben Dias committing his future to Man City. They have a lot of centre-backs, maybe something in there guaranteed about game time. I spoke previously on these videos that Arsenal would need to focus on outgoings. Fabio Vieira seems like he could leave a Stuttgart. Interesting. Neto at Bournemouth, I wouldn't have guessed, was one of the highest earners. So that's interesting. So we'll have to see what happens with that and what Bournemouth's plan is in terms of number 2, etc. Guedes leaving Wolves to join Real Sociedad. Not a lot. €4 million only, €2 million though potentially that could be earned in add-ons. Lukaku set to leave Chelsea. I think it'll be mainly over game time with him. Even Nicholas Jackson could leave. So Chelsea don't get me wrong, are scary the players they're bringing in, but they're also selling some players. It's not all Deadwood either. We're right, we've been following that story, haven't we, here at the channel with myself. The battle between Arsenal and Liverpool. Liverpool won that competition and got it over the line in the end, so it's a good deal from them. Darwin Nunez, I mean, that's just really professional to keep going, keep scoring when you know that you're probably likely to leave, so full credit to him for that. Not the Forest agreed a deal with Angus Gunn. I mean, again, I assume that'll be for a number 2. You have Sells, it's got to be just a backup. Interested in what Forest fans think of that one. I have to see, time will tell, but I would have thought a number 2, that's what it would be. Martin DeBranco, no surprise, it's Burnley's primary target. You assume that would be as a number 1. I mean, Burnley's top target. They could have used him maybe for the Trafford deal. I know Man City had that priority buy, didn't they? Release clause. I don't think they quite activated it. I think they end up paying a lot less. Not release clause, like buy options, should I say. I think they ended up paying quite a bit less. So, yeah, again, time will tell. Jeremy Jackett, I mean, I think it'd be a good signing for Arsenal, but apparently he's rejected Arsenal. Yet to kind of see from a really credible source. But, again, the one that I will say that time will tell. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the Premier League at the moment, so get involved in the comments below. Do your thoughts on that news. I'm sure it affects your club somewhere. There's quite a few in there in particular from the top 6 clubs. That's your daily Premier League update, though, and transfer window roundup with me, Harry Scarfe, football content creator, YouTuber, and football writer. Thank you, Chris Cullen, for this opportunity. Like and subscribe to the channel. If you can follow me, it means a lot on my own socials at Harry Scarfe22. Across all socials, also have my YouTube channel, Harry Scarfe. So thank you very much for the continued support and enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers.